Holy heckers, it's Monday and we're actually here on time. We're back. Rogue Actions is back. It's great to be back, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Of course, hit that subscribe button, all the fun stuff. Get in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. We check it all the time. Again, apologies for the last few weeks. We'll talk about that in a minute. Hello, Ram. How you doing, brother? You well, bud? Everything going good?
Oh yeah, Heisey, I'm doing very well. Doing great. Had a last rough couple of months, but doing really good.
Yeah, no,
work's been killing me. Real life sucks.
Real life sucks, mate. I could not agree more with you, mate. It's been really this time of year, just everyone just feels a little bit overwhelmed. It doesn't matter who you are or where you live. Everyone just seems overwhelmed for whatever reason this time of year right now. So anyway, the good news for me is it's going to get
vacations, back to school.
Yeah.
Get ready for the holiday periods.
At least we're getting back to some good weather here soon. At least, you know, our weather's turning. Yours is going crap, but ours is starting to come good. So at least.
I just went through another tropical storm this weekend. Ripped some siding off my house, so that's good.
Yeah, it's getting back to banana hammock weather for me, back down under, mate. So we can't wait. It's crazy, but no, that doesn't happen. Okay, no need to turn off now and be sick. All right, forget I even said that.
Do us all a favor and don't wear a G-string.
Who said I wear a G-string? Just saying. Who said I wear anything at all, mate?
There's a satellite right above your house.
You dirty perv. Anyway, let's move right along, shall we? Let's get after it. Hey, guys, again, apologies. The last couple of weeks, we've been a little bit MIA. And that's, again, on me this week. And that's pretty simple. We've had, of course, Hershey and Grit here in Australia the last few weeks. They've been in Sydney hanging out with Lego, which was great. They've also been with me in Melbourne for a week or so, which was honestly an absolute pleasure. It was so much fun. We took them, of course, to some of the big sporting events down here. Had a great time zooming around the city. And they've actually just, at the moment of recording this, I believe they're on the plane right now heading home at the time of recording this episode, Ram. Both of them are sporting, and I kid you not, they are both sporting a map of Australia tattooed on this morning before they left to go back. I kid you not. The photos, I have them. The boys are certainly embraced the down under life, mate, and they're keen to come back one day. But how do you feel about that, mate? You might lose a couple of Americans to down under in the future, bro. Just saying. We treated them well.
I have always wanted to visit Australia. I honestly, every time I go up for orders and I kind of take a look and see, because we have, hundreds of different locations around the world that the military get stationed on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe Australia is going to be on this list, and it never is. But I was like, damn, I would love to go.
I've been chatting to the Minister of Defence down here in Australia. It's just like, say that Ram M guy, just make sure he doesn't get the tick down here, mate. It's a no at my end. That's why you haven't got it on here, mate. We don't want that. We don't want that flog stuff. That guy, we don't want him. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, we've had a great time.
Danos?
Sorry?
You'll take Danos, though?
We didn't choose him, mate. He was already here. Anyway, let's move right along. But, so again, apologies. That's why I've actually been busy, showing the guys around Australia. So that's why I've been a little bit MIA. And again, I apologise to Ram for not recording this last week. That was on me. We've just been a little bit busy with the boys in town. So anyway, that's all done. We're back down to it now. We're ready to go. Don't forget, of course, we have 3 topics on this channel. 3 topics on Ram's video. The link is in the description below. It always is, because he's been chasing it up with me because I keep forgetting. So it'll definitely be in the description below. Make no mistake. And of course, we do have the meme of the week, as always. And I think, considering we've had, of course, a brand new Galactic Legend in the last week or so, and also a Conquest character released within days, Ram, I really think this meme is quite appropriate. You don't need to see my iTunes receipts. I think I feel it's pretty appropriate for any filthy whales out there. I'm looking at you. Keep up the good fight, boys. You filthy whales, just like me, straight up. So anyway, it's been pretty wild. It really has. But I thought that was an appropriate one, Ram. What do you think, mate? Appropriate one for the last week or so?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let's be fair, right? You could not get Leia as soon as she became available without dropping some serious bankage.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, Drogon is still not even crystal farmable, so you had to wail on him. That's about 300 US. Then you have Scout Trooper that just went farmable. maybe you had the crystal save for the other two or three, and then on top of that, all the relic levels. Whew,
Yeah, it's
it's a
been a
hefty fine. And then Malikos on top of that, you had to take him up, and he's really good at R7, R8.
oh yeah. He is. We're going to talk about him more on your video, though. We're not going to go into Malikos too much. We're going to do that over on your video. But let's quickly talk about Leia and the event. Let's start with our next topic, Leia and the event itself, Ram. Now, honestly, I have her, of course, unlocked. Surprise, surprise. I have her at Relic 9, knocked up today. I actually finished.
Of course you do.
I finished the ultimate actually this morning. So I have the ultimate now all locked and loaded for the next round of GAC, which is pretty cool. I'm still missing a few Zetas though, a couple of abilities. I'm a little bit Zeta poor right now though, with the 2 characters released. But all in all, dude, she's pretty nasty. I faced it once on defense. It was not a fun time. It really was. Of course, I wanted to try and take out. I actually went in with JMK the first time. I was even speaking to other guys to get some input on some solid counters for her. And it's like, TJ, for instance, of course, is like, dude, what are we thinking? It's like, dude, I don't know. I've got no idea. It's going to be gross. So we thought, look, we'll try JMK and see how it goes. And the problem was that with that team, you need to take out either Drogon or you need to take out, of course, R2. They're sort of the drivers of that team. Not the lifter units as such, but they're certainly the core to the damage output. And, dude, you cannot get near them. You just cannot get near them. R2 just stealths. And they just disappear. You can't hit who you want to hit. You're forced to go after the tanks, the taunting tanks. And, generally, Baze, of course, is one that's been, quite popular in that lineup. And yeah, it's just really, really tough to get around and take him out. But dude, I had to actually use 2 gels to take mine down. And I know that, the counters are coming through, and you've probably heard of a few now, Ram. But the one I faced was with the 15% level 3 Datacron on it, dude. It is just disgusting. There is no other word for it. It really, I'll be fascinated to see how well it performs once that level 3 Datacron disappears. They call it the Bulkron for those that are unaware. The 15% health and 15% protection. It's a brutal one. It really is, dude. But is there anything that you've seen out there, or have you seen people use Ram against it so far? Because I know you haven't unlocked it yet. Not being a smartass, but I'm just curious. Have you heard anything?
No. Outside of a couple people talking here and there about facing it or what their thoughts are of what they're going to use to counter it, I haven't really done anything with Leia. I'm still so far behind on both my accounts to even come close to unlocking Leia. So I haven't really, to be honest, haven't even really researched up on her kit because I'm just so far out. It's like, and what do I care? And I'm at the bottom end of Kyber 1, top end of Kyber 2 where I'm at. So I don't expect to really see too many people with Leia around there either.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of like a lost in the back of my head type thing. I have, however, seen people theorize that they want to use, JML, for instance, or C was another one that came across that people are thinking maybe might take out Leia. So I'd be interested to see more counters, especially as Swigo.gg fills up its database. But
yeah,
I mean she looks good. From what I saw on paper, she looks good.
Yeah, at the time of recording this, the round hasn't finished at the time of recording this, so obviously all the data really hasn't dropped yet on what has been effective and what has not at the time of recording it. But I used JMK. I managed to take out the tanks, and then I took out Baze, and then I could get to Drogon and R2 eventually, and then it just timed out. That's how my first fight went against it, and then went back in with JML afterwards and cleaned it up. And JML was pretty thick. I've seen some people, or heard as well, people have been using JML against it, on its own, and just controlled it a little bit. So yeah, it'd be fascinating to see if there's any other combinations that have kicked in. But there's definitely no off meta sort of counters at the moment that I've seen that are obvious yet around the place that may do it. But non-gel counters anyway.
And I mean, we'll see what's going to happen with the new Datacron set too that's going to come out and replace Boltcron. I think there's a lot of theories as to what might be coming with that set. based on the releases that have happened in previous stuff.
Well,
But
we've already had
so
unaligned Datacrons though, so it's got to be Rebel, right? I mean, I don't think we've had a Rebel one ages ago, if I'm correct, like a long time ago.
I think, and I was talking, like I said, shout out to Dagger. I was talking to him, and kind of agree with him. It's way past due for an Ewok-cron.
Yeah, Murder Bears. We talked about that. I think
It's
a
way
couple months
past
ago.
due for that.
Yeah.
And then he said an M Trooper cron as well, and like a specific M Trooper, because who's coming out? The next Conquest character, Moff Gideon.
True. Yeah, best gun.
I'm like, ooh,
Gideon. Yeah.
Ooh, I'd love to get Punchbot some you know.
I got mine at Relic 9, man, so I'm all down for that. You know that. My Frank the Tank, Punchy Boy. I'm down for a Troopercron, 100%. Absolutely. But yeah.
No lie, I have thought about taking him up to Relic 9 just because of all. I feel like I need to reward him for saving my ass so many times.
I have not for one day ever been disappointed that I've taken him up to Relic 9. Like, never. Not one day that I've regretted making that decision.
Okay.
But yeah, certainly he does the job when you need him to clean up a lone GL more often than not. Generally Lord Vader lately. He does the job beautifully when that's needed, certainly. And obviously done some work on Darth Revan teams for a long, long time as well. So yeah, no, I think certainly definitely due, and yeah, I'm down for I'm definitely down for Troopercron. But will they wait until Gideon's released? Like, why release it now and then it runs out by the time you actually get the character anyway? Like, wouldn't you wait until the next phase for Troopercron when you can use it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they may do that.
So I don't see it in this set. I think
hopeful,
two sets from now when he comes out, that makes sense to me, because there's no point having a Troopercon without the new trooper, the remnant,
Trooper, sure.
the new remnant involved in it. But yeah, we just have to wait.
They could do a. They haven't done a Rebel Fighter, cron, have they?
They have not. They have not.
And you just released Leia, so Rebel Fighter cron might actually make some sense here.
Yeah, Akbar teams would be lit. That's for sure. So yeah, mate, that's I Murder Bears. It has to be Murder Bears. I don't care what anyone says. I feel that we're going to get some sort of dark side though, because I think we've just had all light side on the last set. I think that we're due for some sort of balance with dark side crons somewhere, some sort of faction with dark side in it. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Possible.
Just have to wait.
Who knows what CG's gonna do? Maybe give us a whole bunch of stat walls again. All light side crons, but it'll be just insane amounts of offense and health and protection.
Yeah,
without the bulk.
Yeah, it'd be a bulk cron in damage output instead, something like that. Yeah, oh, don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. We've talked about this, Ram. Don't give them ideas. But Leia so far certainly pretty impressive. The event, I burned 90 tickets. To unlock it. I burned 90. It is not a walk in the park, that particular event, even modded. Like I think I remodded at one point, and that's not the Jabba one that was broken, because one of them was broken, which they fixed, of course. Surprise, surprise. There was, I think, the 4th tier, they put an overpowered Jabba team in there that you couldn't kill. I think 3 people in the game completed it or something with the mods that they had, but they scaled it back and fixed it. It was just overpowered, and they didn't realize until after post-release that it had been done. But even like tier 2, that's a real speed hump. That's a speed bump, that one. Like that one there, you got to be really careful, and it will catch you out, certainly, the phase 2 one. But tier 2. It's...
So, all right, let me ask you this. After playing through the event, is the character that all the characters that you needed up at relics, are the relic requirements reasonable for it, or do you think that you had to take up some characters to higher relic levels in order to complete the event?
I didn't have to take. It's an RNG. It's an RNG sort of show. That's what it is on tier 2. It wouldn't matter. I modded it up. I don't think the relics would have made any difference, honestly. Because a lot of them are event units anyway. In the majority of that, there are a few teams that you need to have at your level, but most of them are just event units that you don't have to adjust, and it's just a bit of an RNG fest at tier 2. So you will, stock up on tickets, get them out of the weekly shipments, all right, and make sure you're ready to go, and time it where if you want to unlock it, time it where, of course, midweek, when that store ticks over, you can then have another crack at, the 144 tickets if you need them. If you go down that track, highly recommend it. But yeah, it's a rough unlock. Some of the other ones, like I did JMK, I think, and I did it on auto with no mods, like that particular event back in the day. This is not that at all.
It's not that.
This is not that at all, especially tier 2. Tier 1's easy, tier 3 is easy, tier 2 is a speed hump, tier 4 is better, certainly. And the ultimate events are actually, I didn't drop one ultimate ticket either. There's 2 battles for the ultimate, so you could do like 5 of one and 5 of the other. It's really cool. I don't want to spoil it for anyone in case they haven't done it yet, because it's pretty cool. But yeah, certainly I didn't drop any of those. I burned the tickets on tier 2, just to give you an idea, like 90 tickets or something. I had to do like 4 attempts or something. Yeah, extra than I wanted to do. But a bit of rage, a couple of swear words. Done deal. Anyway, we move on. So yeah, let us know what you guys think about Leia. Anyone's unlocked her? How long? How many years before you unlock her? Let us know in the comments below. We'd like to hear from you straight up. But certainly, a solid Galactic Legend, I think we all agree was the right call. Definitely. A couple of little bugs, but we've seen worse. Yeah, all in all, I'm actually quite happy with the event. It really played out well. And the actual, the cutscenes and all that, they were just chef's kiss. They were bang on. So good work for the art department.
Her ultimate looks really badass too.
It's really, really cool. It really is. But look, let's talk about the last topic. And of course, we will have spoilers, guys. You've been warned. You have been warned. There are spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched the new Ahsoka season yet, if you're holding off and getting them all at once, or you just haven't got around to it yet, this is probably not an ideal time to join us for the rest of this video. You've been warned. I've given you a good 30 seconds now. If you haven't got the hint yet, that's on you. Straight up. We're talking Ahsoka. Holy balls. Dude. Epic as That's what it is. This show is some of the best Star Wars stuff we've had in a hell of a long time. I feel it's Rebels 2.0. You said earlier on when we got here, the organ music with Thrawn's entry is insane. Dude, that's seriously just, I felt like, Randy in that South Park episode. For those that have no idea what I'm talking about, just move on and don't think about it. Yeah, when he's at the computer. Anyway, we move right along. Yeah, messy room. Enough said. But you get the point that it was absolutely magnificent. And obviously we finally got some Ezra as well, which is really cool. But one of the biggest episodes,
I think that they nailed Ezra, by the way.
Yeah, I'm coming around to it. I think the eyes just threw me off, dude. Honestly, I think because I don't know. I just feel the eyes are off. I don't know what it is.
Well, he's definitely wearing contacts. That's not his natural eyes, for sure.
Yeah,
but it was nice because from what I can remember, and I watched some clips over the weekend of Rebels. He had pretty strong blue eyes.
Yeah.
So I think they just threw that in there for continuity, which I mean,
if that's the biggest complaint I've got, mate, seriously, what am I whinging about? Like, I'm really reaching for things to talk about, but dude,
and this following up on the last episode.
Oh,
because we haven't talked about that one either. Oh God.
I know. All right, well, okay, so
how long you got to be here?
Hey, dude. I've got time, and I'm sure that people want us to talk about it. Who the hell wouldn't? So we can follow it. Let's get after it. All right, let's talk about the previous week. Let's talk about the previous week where we had our boy Ray Stevenson, who we are going to miss dearly, going forward in the Star Wars universe. We really are. Doing some beautiful Knights Templar style saber battles, mate. That was insane. The storyline was great. I'm loving the inclusion of the Night Sisters along the whole way here, dude. I think it's absolutely. I mean, Hershey loves his sisters more than me. We've talked about this, that. But all in all, mate, it is so cool to see.
Oh, and he loves his Night Sisters too.
He loves all sisters, but let's not go into that. He's from Kentucky. Let's not talk about that right now. But the point is that I'm loving the narrative with the Night Sisters in there, man. It is absolutely magnificent having the Night Sister faction included in Star Wars on in a big live action way. I think it's absolutely brilliant, dude. Your thoughts?
Sure. No, seeing the Night Sisters in action, seeing the the fake out with Merrick, everybody's sitting here trying to, who's Merrick? Who's this? Is this Starkiller? Is this Ezra Fallen? Is this and he's just a pair of Night Sister magic, burst into green smoke. That
Yep.
was a nice touch. Yeah, I'm always open to see more Night Sisters of Dathomir. I've always been kind of fascinated with the magic that they do in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they gave us a taste of it, didn't they, in the Clone Wars pretty well, but we're really starting to eat this shit up, and I think we're just going to get more and more of it, which
And
I'm really excited.
which we'll get to in a couple episodes, but yeah, I think there's a lot more Night Sisters and Dark Magic coming real soon.
100%, mate. But I reckon it was just, but as I said, Raven Stevenson, mate, versus Ahsoka was just great. It was such a cool battle. It really was cinematic.
Someone compared it to he was using more of like a knight form.
Yeah,
Just
it looked
real
heavy,
strong
like
and sturdy and powerful.
Yeah, it looked like
and she was using more of a samurai.
Yeah, it was like a heavy broadsword style, like English soldier from eons ago. It just looked heavy, weighted. That fighting style was really, really cool visually to watch, where he really felt like he was just swinging an axe. It was just like really freaking cool. And dude, we got our boy back as well. Anakin's back, baby. We got some Anakin action. So cool.
Oh, that tease at the end of that episode was just, where you hear snips and then and we were kind of the internet was kind of just nipping at every little bit that we could before the big episode got released. The next episode, we thought maybe it was like Darth Vader's saber that he was wearing. He obviously looks de-aged. He looks really good. You had the Vader music hit in the background.
Yeah,
so good.
And just the flashes, like in the newer one, but we'll come back to that. Sorry, we'll move to the next episode after that in a minute. It was just so cool.
So much to keep track of.
So much. I'm just fangirling so hard right now. It was just freaking amazing. It really was. But he's a badass, man. Hu Yang, the droid, he's a badass. He's really cool. I like his inclusion. He's a badass droid. Best one since K2 that's come along for a while, my opinion. In the live action scene anyway, I think it's he's a badass. And obviously just seems to be that, that's sort of the Jedi text in droid form. That's what I feel. And I reckon that's actually, he's keeping the legacy of it all, the Jedi Knights just tucked away there, mate. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, and when they announced David Tennant as playing the role of Hu Yang, and obviously knowing Rebels and whatnot, I was like, okay, you're gonna see Hu Yang when you're on the ship and you're flying, and it'll be cool. It'll be like a role, kind of like C-3PO background, comic relief type stuff, and informative. I did not expect him to get as much of a role as he's getting in this series, and I'm all for it because he was just a badass fighting the guards and whatnot.
Yeah, it was great.
He can definitely hold his own. He's showing his life as a Jedi sparring droid.
Yeah. And I love just his demeanor and his, like his persona is just like no filter. Like he just doesn't care. He just says whatever the hell he wants and you're just going to like it or whatever. Like he just calls it up straight. It's like,
he does that. And then like he's got a sense of what's going on around him too.
Yeah.
So like during that fight, when he's he gets ambushed and he's holding his own, he knows to punch out the lights so that it triggers
they know something's up,
and all them to come out too.
Yeah, they know something's up because they knew he wouldn't fudge it up on. Yeah, it's just those little.
Like it.
He's a smart freaking droid, man. It's really, really cool. And again, that's a character that I really didn't think anything of at the start. Like it just like, oh, this guy's cool. Like at the start when we heard it announced, it's like, another droid. Everyone needs a droid. Like I could take it or leave it, but dude, he's just so much better than I thought. I really did. And then we get, of course, to it was good to see Ghost flying around as well. That was really cool. I really enjoyed seeing Ghost as well on that big screen.
Ghost and Jason.
Yes, Jason's the interesting one, isn't he? Yeah, I like where
Jason looks good.
I like where this is going. I really like where Jason's going. I actually was originally I was worried it might be a bit gimmicky. You know what I mean? Like I just thought it could be a little bit gimmicky, but dude, I can see that he's pointing in a really fun direction. In the show going forward, for sure. So let's move on to the next episode, man, where it all happened. Like, the most recent one. And where do we start? Like, goddamn, where do we start? It is just insane. Insane.
There was. I knew that it was going to be something good when they announced that they were going to bring it to select theaters across the world.
Yeah.
I knew it had to be something good because Dave Filoni was directing and producing it. I knew it had to be something good because we had already seen at the end with Anakin and our Hayden Christensen coming back, and he's getting all the love that he fully deserves.
Yeah.
Over after everything that happened in the prequel trilogy and all the hate that he got. But man, I did not think it was going to be that good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was epic. 2 words, Ram. 2 words. Space whales, baby. Space whales. Enough said.
That's what you take out of this entire episode, space whales?
Space whales, man. Space whales are back, baby. They're ruling the galaxy. I don't care what anyone says. That's where the real shit happens. Space whales got it all. They're badass. Straight up. No. But yeah, the rest of it was incredible.
Were cool.
Okay, space whales. I don't care what they call them. It's like Grogu. Baby Yoda to me, right? Always be Baby Yoda, right? Purgles, you can call them Purgles. Fantastic. Space whales to me, baby. All day long. Straight up space whales.
Didn't Thrawn even call them space whales? He's like, if they see any space whales, blast them with prejudice.
Well, Huliang called them star whales in the start of the episode. Close enough, but hey, space whales, baby. I've been yelling it out for years. Every time they come out, space whales. Look at those guys, space whales. Anyway, then we get to Thrawn. And holy crap.
You skipped an entire part.
I know, I can't help it, there's too much. Okay.
Okay. So you're going to skip the Clone Wars flashbacks?
Okay, you go there first. You go there first.
And oh, God.
Dude, there's too much. There is too much to cover. I'm just thinking of the most epic things in my mind that is great. You go. Let rip. Talk Clone Wars to me. Go.
So before you even get to the Thrall, you have Anakin and Anakin and Ahsoka fight off, and Anakin basically is like, this is time for your next lesson, live or die. And then what I thought was a nice touch, and they kind of it was Hayden Christensen's idea, according to some footage I saw behind the scenes, where she's like, I'm not gonna fight you. And he's like, I've heard that before. And it kind of set the tone of like, okay, this is Anakin as she sees him in the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith era.
Yeah.
But he's definitely experienced his life as Vader as well, because the only person that ever said that to him, to my knowledge, was Luke.
Yeah.
In Return of the Jedi.
That's right.
And so he goes and he starts battling and overpowers her and whatnot. And then they take to a Clone Wars era.
Yeah.
The first battle where she's a Padawan and they still got Phase 1 clones and whatnot. We see live action Rex for the very first time ever.
Rex. Oh, so good.
That was awesome.
So good.
The battle looked really good. Obviously a lot of mist and smoke and whatnot. But I think that's just filming in the dome thing that they call whatever they call it.
Yeah.
It looked really good. You see him walk off, and you see lightning flashes as he's turning into Vader type stuff.
Yeah,
that was good. And you see the Phase 2, the attack of Malachor.
Yeah.
Or Mandalore, rather, Siege of Mandalore.
Siege, yeah.
Yeah, you see that. That was really good. I was hoping maybe we might get a snippet of Maul or Bo-Katan. We didn't. That was fine.
Yep.
It was still really well done. You see another version of Rex, the current version that we see with the Phase 2, Phase 1 mix armor.
Yeah.
You see Tamora Morrison's credited as speaking as Rex, so that was really good to hear as well.
Yep.
It was just so well done. And then the best part, like you mentioned it earlier, the best part is they start fighting, and at this point, Anakin turns into his Revenge of the Sith dark side. He's got the red lightsaber, he's got the eyes and whatnot. He's like, you haven't learned your lesson. They start fighting. I thought the girl who was cast as young Snips was really well done. I would have liked to see. She was the same person that played young Gamora in. I
didn't realize that. Oh, wow.
Same actress, Adriana Greenblatt, I think is her name.
Wow. I didn't realize
same
that.
Actress.
That makes, yes. As soon as you said it, I thought, yes, it clicked. Yes.
The only thing I would have liked to maybe see, and it's like nitpicky.
Mhm.
The same actress that plays young Snips and Cat, I would have liked to see maybe a different version of someone else play Cat because there is an age gap there. So
Okay.
it just kind of detracted just a little bit from me from the screen. But outside of that, it was like,
Oh.
it's not enough to even care.
Mate,
It's like me being nitpicky.
logistically, yeah. Again, if that's the biggest drama you got, mate, it's flying. Like at some
Right.
point, something you got to hit the wall somewhere, isn't it? Something's got to give. Yeah. 100%.
That was great. They start dueling, and then you go back to World Between Worlds background, and that's the best image I've ever seen of Vader, hands down. It's just that was beautiful. He's coming through the smoke, and you could just see Anakin just, and he starts turning into Vader. Lightning hits him, and he's turning into Vader real quick, and
just the
choreography was beautiful.
Just the lightning, how it changes, his outline, with the lightning in the background, just, changes from Anakin to Vader's suit, flashback and flash again. The lightning flash, that was just like, whoa, what the hell? Like, I'm losing my mind. I'm watching that episode with Grid and all that here, and we're just going, oh my God. Like, it was just so cool. It really was.
How was he when live action Rex showed up?
Oh, dude. Okay. He actually, honestly, I can say this. I think he orgasmed. I'm pretty sure he did. I think he just, it was uncontrollable for him. He just couldn't help himself. It had to be done. We had to clean up the mess afterwards. I just gave him a towel and he took care of himself. But certainly it was messy in a good way. But it was
the sneak peek with the eyes.
Oh,
Ahsoka beats Anakin and like her eyes turn to Sith real quick, and then she's like, "I choose to live." Then she becomes Ahsoka the White.
Yeah,
and that was awesome to see. There was nothing wrong with that episode, hands down. It was everything that we've been waiting for, and I oh God,
it was great.
I loved it.
All right, now can I talk Thrawn? Because that was badass, dude. Okay, I think I squealed right when the Chimera turned up.
Whoa.
Okay, so when the Chimera turned up, and I saw the underside of the ship, and it had had the old school from the looking from from underneath when it was scrolling, you could just see the whole outline of it all underneath, the whole pattern on the bottom of the on the bottom of the destroyer. Dude, I fangirled hard. It was like, oh my God, it was just so well done. And then of course drops down, and then the organ starts up, and those troopers, man, like with the they're straight up, they're they're sisters, man. It's crazy. What is it? What do they call them? I'm trying to think. Was it
Well, they call them night troopers.
Night troopers, that's right. Yeah.
But there's some dark magic going on. There's no
100%.
way that those are all still living humans. There's 100% there's something going on, and the way that they're on references, like, I shall once again need your dark magic.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you've used this before.
Yeah.
Captain Enoch looks dope.
Oh, dude, I love the helmet. The helmet looks great with the gold and everything. It's like, that just looks incredible. It's so cool. But yeah, 100%. There is some serious dark magic going on there to create that, his new empire. And dude, it just, how good did he look? Like, when he walked in, you saw him, and then he just started talking, and it's just like, oh my God, it is absolutely perfect. It's dead on. It's just, dude.
Well, and a lot of people are kind of giving him flack on like Reddit and whatnot, saying, oh, he looks kind of fat and his receding hairline and whatnot. Some things you have to remember. Number one, this is the same voice actor that they had playing the voice in Rebels.
Yep.
So it's obviously, you take what you can get. You can get someone that looks like him but doesn't sound like him, or you can get the exact same voice and maybe a little bit off on the looks. I'll take that all day because the voice is what sold it for me in Rebels. Number two, there's a 10-year gap.
10-year gap. I was just going to say that.
10-year gap.
10-year
and
gap.
He's outside of the normal galaxy, so they don't have the same standards and the same medical support and everything that they would normally have access to. So of course he's gonna look older and worn out and aged, and in some scenes I could definitely tell there's a little bit of a gut there too. That's fine with me.
Yep.
I saw no issue with it.
Speaking for someone that has one, no problem having a gut, people. Just saying straight up. It's just, but this is the thing.
He's extra love handle.
He's been in exile for 10 years. What else are you going to do? Like, seriously, you don't have a lot to do but eat and just chill out and hang until someone comes and rescues you, right? Like, seriously, what else are you going to do? You're going to get on the munch. You know, like, that's the thing. There's only so much you can do. But, yeah, I honestly thought the casting was dead on. I think, you know, they nailed it by bringing him on. I don't think anyone could have played him anywhere near as well. And, yeah, you said 10-year age gap. Jesus, difference for me in 10 years. You know, I look fatter than anything. So, you know, than I did 10 years ago. So that's just natural.
You're going to need a bigger screen for you in 10 years.
Shut up, idiot. Move right along. Okay, so that was awesome. And then, of course, we finished off with Sabine finding Ezra, which is pretty awesome as well. You really like Ezra. I'm not 100% sold. I like where it's going. I really do. And I think the actor is right. Make no mistake. But just something in the back of my mind, I'm not quite sure yet about his role so far, and maybe it's because we just haven't seen him yet. We haven't seen enough of him. I'm hoping he's going to be really badass. I really do. But there's just something in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, Thrawn was just like 100 out of 100 out of 100, like spot on, 100%. I feel Ezra's like 85 to 90 for me. Like, it works and I can see it and it makes sense, but I'm not sold on it yet completely. But we got the episodes coming up. I'm open to being convinced, and I hope it is 100 and it works, because I think he's such a strong character. It really is, you know, in this particular show, so for sure. It's wild, man. But your thoughts with that scene with Ezra and stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed seeing Ezra. I thought the character was really well cast. I thought it played into the whole, you know, Ezra's super friendly, super outgoing type of a character. The rock people were, you know, cool. It's like mini Jawas, you know, without the Utinis.
Yep,
that was kind of cool.
Rock turtles works.
Yeah, rock turtles. That was awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, and it's no disrespect to the character of Ezra. It's no disrespect to the actors and whatnot. I could have done without that entire storyline to the next episode. I just wanted to see more Thrawn.
Yeah, I'm with you with that.
Like,
I'm with you.
I was so pumped to see Thrawn and just his intimidation that he has. You know, he asks who Balin is, and he immediately knows, like, oh, you're General Balin Skull of the Jedi Order. Like, he knows all this stuff, and he knows.
Oh, it's just great. I mean, you know, he's Thrawn. He knows. He's a man of information.
And he's ruthless. He's like, our number one goal is to get out of here.
Yep.
If that's without the Sabine and the Jedi, that's fine.
Whatever it takes.
Same case for your mercenaries too. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Just get me home.
Ruthless.
Just get me home. Absolutely. But the only thing that, if I want to really be nitpicky, right? If I want to just fault something on it, right? Sabine's found Ezra, right? And it's just like, oh, I'm just going to go up and just give you a leisurely hug. Not one tear. She's been to hell and back to try and find this guy. I just felt there could have been a bit more emotion from Sabine when finding Ezra, like a shock or something like really. I just felt it could have been a little bit more emotional. Only my feeling there, because she's gone through a hell of a lot to find him. Make no mistake. And again, I know I'm just being probably a little bit nitpicky, and that, you know, it's just my opinion, and you can take it or leave it. But I
have a feeling we're going to see some more emotion from her once Ezra finds out the truth.
Yeah, maybe they're just holding back on the emotion. I'm not sure, but I just thought, you know, it's like
once he finds out that he's actually stranded there, that you know, she came with the people to find Thrawn, and she destroyed the only way to get back. You know, they don't know Ahsoka's obviously coming. Yeah,
but she's been to hell and back, and I just thought the relief, you know, of finding him finally could have been a little bit more emotional. That relief could have come out a bit more, but that's just me being super nitpicky. And it really is. If that's the biggest fault I've got in that episode, goddamn, I'll take it all day long, straight up. But yeah, mate, it's sensational. Still, obviously, there's more to come. That's the best bit. We're not done yet. Super excited about it. But let us know in the comments below anything that we've missed that you thought was great. There's just so much to cover.
So much.
Over the last 2 weeks, there's so much to catch up on, and hopefully we've covered the majority of it for you. But let us know if there's something that you liked more that we've missed, because we'd love to hear your opinion on something. And anything regarding the Ahsoka show. It's top notch. Like I really enjoyed Andor. Like Andor was a surprise packet for me. This is better than Andor. And I mean, I really liked Andor, but the way this is going, I don't know. It's just the spirituality in it. I don't know what it is, but the essence in it, it screams to me more.
Andor, I think, was a It was a surprise hit. It wasn't people were expecting it to be as good as it was.
Hmm.
And it was a different flavor of Star Wars. That one was more, the birth of the rebellion and the empire's at its height and blah blah all that stuff. And it was gritty. This one is a lot more fanfare and still a really good story. So I think it's almost like comparing apples to oranges. I'm a fan of them both hugely, and it's hard for me to sit here and say Ahsoka's better than Andor or Andor's better than Ahsoka because it's just they both feel completely different from each other.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But I just think the
I think
fans.
it's just a great time to be a Star Wars fan, honestly.
Yeah, the fan service on Ahsoka just gets it over the line for me. I think that's what it is. I loved Andor because, again, I had no idea what to expect. And I like how it's gone off book. I think that's probably what it is. Like, it's gone off the main story and it's got its own thing. And, I like where that's going, but still tied in, of course, to the overall Rogue One story. But it still has a lot of its own individuality in a different area of Star Wars that no one's really explored before, which is really, really cool. But I just feel that, dude, the fan service in this is insane. It really is. And really, it's honestly Rebels 2.0. It really, really is. Like,
It really is.
It's just next level. Thoroughly enjoying it. Can't wait to see some more, mate. Just bring it already. It's just fantastic. Anyway, Ram, we've gone on for forever talking about this, man, but there's just too much to cover. We couldn't help it.
How long the video is?
It's a long video. It's a long video. But guys, worth every second of it. And again, we got a bit to catch up on. So thank you so much for watching. We really, really appreciate it. Of course, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Subscribe, all the good gear, and get your comments in because we do check them all out. We respond where we can. So definitely get your comments in there. Let us know what you guys think. But we'll be back again next week. It'll be recorded on Tuesday next week, guys, because I'm away on vacation. So we won't be releasing it next Monday. It'll be the following Tuesday. So just give you a heads up now so people don't pin me going, where is it on Monday? But that's family gets in the way sometimes. So we'll be releasing on the following Tuesday. All right, love you, Ram. Let's go do your other half, brother. We've still got Malakos to talk about. We've still got Leviathan changes and, of course, hell of a Ram Rage, guys. So hit the description below and check out the other half. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks, guys.